Hello, my name is Nathan. I go by Peteparker, and every week I do comic book reviews because that is the rule around my house. If I want to keep buying them, then I have to review them all. So this review is going to be for Wolverine, The Best There Is, number 7. This is another one of the books that I have been reading or catching up on that I hadn't really been reading. I got a good deal on the previous books and really enjoyed the story up until the last that I picked up. And apparently I missed an issue also on this one, which is exactly what I did with Children's Crusade. I apparently missed 6 because this is a whole different situation. Wolverine seems to be infected with a bunch of junk, and Beast and the X-Men are trying to help him out. Apparently Emma Frost went through his mind and tried to help him that way, and then he's naked on the floor eating a bunch of chicken, and he looks like he's possessed, but it turns out to be that he's just hungry because he's trying to replace all his bones or his body parts or whatever. And then he gets drunk and talks to Dazzler on the couch, and she talks him into changing his look, which is interesting that it's happening in this book. Here's his new look with his weird shaved head. Now, I wouldn't, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think haircuts really work for Wolverine, right? Doesn't his hair always go back to the same way, and that's why it's always the same because of his healing factor or whatever? Or does he just stop eating and drinking as soon as that's done, as soon as he looks the way he wants to look, and then he's okay from that point? Because that's basically what they were saying about him eating crap loads of food, is that he needed to replenish body parts and stuff. But and then he goes and visits the chick at the beginning of this whole series, who had gotten him to cut her hair in the club or whatever, and she turns out to be a robot, and these two weird dudes that look like kind of magicians from the future show up, and they kill the thing that she turned into or whatever. And then you get a premonition here of him turning into a cyborg of some kind. Maybe he's going to be Tron again. This is written by Charlie Houston, and artist is Juan Jose Ryp, R-Y-P. So this was different. I'm totally still on the last arc of this series, and apparently this is the beginning of a new arc of this series that I don't know if I'm enjoying as much. It sure is gritty, and there's a lot of detail in all the pictures and stuff. I don't really see this as being as violent or as interesting, kind of, as the previous books in this series. Here's a really cool panel of him where he's sleeping, he's regenerating. His eye is sideways somehow, looking straight out to the side. It looks like his eyeball's going to fall out. I really didn't understand what was happening there for a minute, because his eyeball is so far out, and he had eyelids a second ago, and the eyeball is looking straight that way. But that's alright. And then you get a Beast right here who kind of looks like he has a Hitler stash a little bit. I understand that's supposed to be some shadowing, but it sure came off kind of weird. And then you got also the same Beast with almost a totally different face the page before. Looks pretty weird there. He looks pretty flat-faced, pretty angry. Maybe he's Persian cat. Anyway, I really enjoyed this series up until number 5, apparently. I missed 6, I guess. Maybe it was even 4. But this is taking a different turn, and I can't say whether or not it's going to be good yet, because Wolverine has really changed quite a bit in between his crew cut and his big mutton chops and his black leather suit and his kind of whining to Dazzler between those two. Oh, and then there's a really great line in here I have to read really quick. Dazzler says, "Oh damn, I'm having horny thoughts about Wolverine." It's kind of gross, right? They don't even really like each other. I don't know. Anyways, it's interesting. I kind of wish I would have known where this was at before I bought it. But we'll have to wait and see. I'll probably wait 4 issues, another 4 issues, and then try to catch up on the cheap later on. But there you go. Wolverine number 7, The Best There Is. I'll probably give it a 3 out of 5, although I'm leaning towards 2 out of 5. It wasn't bad. It's just nothing was great about it, and there were some hints about things that weren't very good. So there you go. If you like that review, check out my other reviews as Spidey207 on YouTube or as Pete Parker everywhere else. If you have any questions or comments for me, just shoot them my way and I'll do the best I can to address them. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.